Good morning students. Hope you all are healthy and fine. Today we will start the new topic of this chapter, that is movement in animals. First, the definition. The pattern of movement used by an organism for movement or locomotion is called its gait. Different animals move in different ways and they have special organs to help them perform their functions efficiently. Like we humans walk, birds fly, fishes swim, snakes slither, etc. So today we will learn about different types of movements in different animals. Fish and birds have streamlined bodies. This helps them to move faster. Today we will learn about the movements of bird, fishes, snail, cockroach, snake and earthworm. Now let's see a video on movement in animals before we start learning the chapter.
Yippee! We are going on a safari!
Come on, hop on everyone! This bus is going to fly!
I am a human. I don't hop. And this is a bus. It can't fly.
Hey, that was just a joke. Of course, we know that all living beings move differently.
Can you hear the sound? So many birds on that tree. Birds can fly because they are very light and they have wings.
Quiz time! Can you name some birds that cannot fly?
Emu, ostrich, penguins.
You are absolutely right. They have heavy bodies which restrict them from flying.
There are plenty of insects too that can fly. Bees, butterflies, dragonflies. Look! A snake! It's running so fast!
It's not running. You need legs to run. Animals like snakes and snails do not have legs, so they slide.
I know a bird that can walk, swim, and slide, but cannot fly. Can you guess what it is? The penguin! Penguins slide across ice and snow. Look! The signboard says, "Watch out for monkeys."
Look up! I'm sure we can find them on the trees. Monkeys and squirrels jump from tree to tree in search of food.
Over there! Rabbits! 5 of them. I think they are playing hopscotch. Ha! Then they are playing all the time. That's how they move. Hop, 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 hop. Do we see any more animals that can hop? Kangaroos, hares, grasshoppers, and look over there. That frog is hopping his way to a pond.
Frogs can jump. And they can swim too.
Let's have a closer look. Wow! So many fishes here are swimming in the pond.
Most of the animals that crawl have bodies bigger than their legs. Caterpillars, lizards, and a lot of insects.
Run! A crocodile! And he's swimming towards us. That was a close call. I'm glad we can run.
Now, let us think of some animals that run or walk.
Cows, goats, cats, dogs, lions, elephants. The list seems endless.
Quiz time again! Which is the fastest running animal on land?
The cheetah, of course. And if a crocodile appears, you'll
Let's learn about the movement in fish. Streamlined body of the fish helps it to reduce the efforts required for swimming. Streamlined body is the head and the tail is narrow than the middle portion. This shape allows the fish to move faster.
Streamlined body. The shape of many objects moving through air or water is designed in such a way that friction can be reduced between the objects and water or air. The shape of the body is called streamlined body.
Fish makes a series of zigzag movements to push forward in water. This you can see in the video how the fish is doing the zigzag movement. The strong muscles cover the skeleton of the fish and helps them to move in zigzag movement. Muscles make the front part of the body of fish to curve to one side and the tail swings to the other side. This process keeps on repeating and the fish moves forward. This helps the fish to maintain their balance while swimming also. Next we will learn about movement in birds. The skeleton of a bird is designed to allow flight. Let's see some features of a bird's body. 4 limbs are modified into wings that help the birds to fly. 4 limbs are actually the front limbs. Streamlined body reduces efforts required during flight. We have learned before that the shape of the bird's body is streamlined, that is narrow in the head and the tail portion and broad in the middle. So this shape helps the birds to reduce their efforts during flight. Bones of the birds are hollow and light. So this makes their body weight very less and helps in flight. Next point is that they have special bones and muscles in their hind limbs for hopping and perching. Hind limbs means the legs that are at the back side. So some bones and muscles are there which help them to move from one place to another. Now let's see the movement in earthworm. Earthworm has no bones in its body. So it's very interesting to know how it moves. Earthworm has a series of muscular rings all along its body. It helps it for locomotion. Its body also secretes a slimy substance which help it to move. You can see the rings in the picture that is shown to you. Under the body of earthworm, a large number of hair-like structures called bristles are present. The bristles are connected with the muscles. These help the earthworm to move on a surface. Now let's see how a earthworm moves. Earthworm fixes its rear portion to the ground with the help of tiny bristles on its body. Then it extends the front part of its body by muscle expansion. Then it fixes the front end and releases the rear end. Now it shortens the body by muscle contraction and pulls its rear end forward. This diagram given in page 85 of your book is showing you the movement of earthworm. You all learn these steps nicely. Now let's learn about movement in snake. A snake has a long, flexible backbone and many thin muscles which allow it to curve its body in many ways. The fine muscles helps to connect the backbone, ribs and skin. If you notice a snake that how it is moving, you will see it zigzag or slithers across a surface. It twists its body into loops in order to move. With each loop, it pushes against the ground. This is how the snake moves, in the form of making loops. The loops give its body a forward push and the snake moves easily. Now let's learn about cockroach. I think in everybody's home these tiny creatures are found. Especially they are found in kitchen. A cockroach has a special form of skeleton that is found on the body. It has a hard cover and it is called exoskeleton because it is the outer skeleton of a cockroach body. It protects the soft internal parts. The exoskeleton is not made up of bone. A cockroach has 3 pairs of legs for moving and 2 pairs of wings for flying. The wings are made of the exoskeleton and are attached to the breast. The breast muscles help in flying while the leg muscles helps in moving of the cockroaches. Now lastly we will study about the movement in snail. Snail has an exoskeleton in the form of a hard shell. It is not made up of bones. The shell protects the snail's soft body, but it does not help in locomotion. When the snail senses some danger, it hides itself inside the shell. You can see the shell that is on the top of the snail's body. Locomotion, the snail has a thick muscular foot below its head, which it uses to drag its body ahead. You can see in the video, students, that how the snail is using its muscular foot for locomotion and the shell on the top of the body is for protection.
Joseph is sitting in the garden. He's looking at something with a lot of interest. Let us look closer and see what he's looking at. Oh, he's watching an earthworm crawling on the ground. You must have seen earthworms moving in the soil on a rainy day, isn't it? An earthworm has no bones but can still move for short distances. Have you wondered how an earthworm moves without any bones? Let us look at an earthworm and find out. Well, the body of an earthworm has many rings. These rings are joined end to end. These rings contain muscles. The earthworm uses these muscles to move shorter distances. When the earthworm moves, it first extends the front part of its body by expanding the muscles. Simultaneously, it fixes the rear part of the body to the ground firmly. After the first part is extended, it releases the rear part. It then contracts its muscles to shorten the front part of the body and pulls the rear end forward. As a result, it moves forward to a short distance. Such continuous muscle contraction and expansion leads to the movement in earthworms. Like an earthworm, many other animals have special features that assist them in the movement. Let us observe the movement of some of these animals. Let us first look at the movement of a snail. Like an earthworm, a snail too does not have any bones. It has a slimy body and a shell on top. The snail moves with the help of a thick muscular structure present at the bottom of its body called foot. It contracts and expands the foot muscles and makes wave-like movements for moving forward. Let us now look at the movements in a cockroach. A cockroach can walk, run, climb and fly short distances. A cockroach has 3 pairs of legs that help it in walking. The cockroach has distinct muscles near the legs that help it in walking. It has 2 pairs of wings attached to its breast region. The cockroach has muscles near the wings. These muscles move when the cockroach flies. Let us now see how a bird moves. Most birds walk and fly. The birds walk with the help of their feet and toes. The birds can fly easily. This is because they have a streamlined body. Such a body helps the birds to cut through the air easily and fly. Also, the 4 limbs of a bird are modified to form wings. These wings help the bird to fly. The next animal is the fish. The body of a fish is specifically designed for swimming. Like a bird, it too has a streamlined body. This shape allows water to move easily around the body and offer least resistance to its flow. The fish swims using its fin and tail. The fins help the fish in balancing. The fish uses its tail to change the direction. The fish uses its tail to move forward. It moves its tail from side to side. This zigzag movement pushes the water and helps the fish to move forward. The last animal is the snake. Snakes slither or crawl on the ground in a wave-like motion. Snakes have a long backbone with interconnected muscles that are joined to the backbone and ribs. When a snake moves, its body curves into many loops. At each loop, the snake presses its body against the ground and makes a forward push. Such consecutive pushes help snakes in moving their body.
Now children, I want to tell you something about yoga. Yoga was discovered in ancient times. Yoga is very good for maintaining our body postures. If you do yoga regularly, your joints and muscles will be strong and any disease related to bones and joints will not be there. So try to do yoga daily for at least 10 to 15 minutes in your home. Then you will see that your body will remain fit and healthy. Today we have completed this chapter 8 body movements. You all learn these topics again from your textbook.